When we're kids, we don't care how long it's going to take. We don't care how it's going to happen. We don't even care really why it's going to happen. We just know it's going to happen. Hello, my love. Welcome or welcome back. I'm so happy to have you. I know I've been a terrible YouTuber. I don't say this enough, but please, if you guys find value in this video, or if you've watched other videos and you find value, please do subscribe. It really supports me and this channel. Today, I want to talk about how important it is to dream, to create, and to play. And I think the best place to start is with little you. Think about when you were a kid, how much you would dream, the different things you wanted to do and be. Maybe for you, it was being a superhero, Superman or a Spider-Man. Maybe it was wanting to be the president of the United States, or a veterinarian, or a physician. Maybe it was a ball player or some kind of professional athlete. Maybe it was a star in a movie, or a famous photographer or cinema photographer. All those things, whatever you imagined back then, you knew you could do it. There was no doubt in your mind. There was no wondering how it was going to happen or calculating how to get there. It was just, I know that I could be an astronaut. I know I could be the president. But what happens to the majority of us is we start listening to the limits that people started putting on us. People start telling you things like, oh, the likelihood of you being a president is so slim, or, oh, you know how many people want to be athletes? You know how hard it is to get in the NFL or the NBA or the WNBA? They start putting their limiting beliefs, the things that they had shortfalls in, they start putting it on you. They start putting their worries, their fears, their judgments, their scarcity mindset on you. And because we are kids at the time, we absorb that. The majority of us will absorb that information from our environment, from our parent figures, from church, from school, and we take it as it is, like it is so. So then you start saying, oh dang, maybe I can't be an NFL player. Or maybe I can't be a model, I'm too short. Or I can't do this because my skin isn't perfect. And I talked about this a little bit in one of my previous videos, I think my first video. We have to stop letting people put their limits on us. We have to stop, or we have to continue to dream, but we have to stop not dreaming. As kids, we couldn't control our environment. As an adult, you can. As adults, we don't have to stay in environments where somebody's putting their limits on us. We don't have to stay at the job because we can go get another one. We don't have to stay in relationship with people who are putting us down. But I really hope people do and hear this and we get excited about. Start doing the things that you love doing as a kid. Start thinking about the things that set your soul on fire, that had you so passionate, had you so grateful, had you just juiced about life. For some people, that's being a ballerina. That's, maybe for you, that's just doing mobility exercises. And there's other, I think, calisthenics, I think it's called, but there's different things you could do to start acting and being like a gymnast. Even if you don't want to be a ballerina per se now, you wanted to be a dancer when you're a kid, go take a dance class. If you don't have the funds to go take a dance class at this moment, do it online. Just watch a YouTube video or Instagram, or maybe TikTok has one. Say you want to be a ball player, maybe you go and you become a coach of a little league team, or you join an adult team. Just start doing stuff to play. I think of me when I was a kid and the things I loved to do, and it's funny because I'm doing them now. I loved writing scripts for plays. I used to love doing that. And now I'm doing that. I love photography, videography. I love playing with insects and roly-polies and things outside, and my turtle. I loved picking flowers and all these things. And now I get to do those things for myself. What exactly is your inner child? Simple version would be the subconscious version of you. But what I ended up doing is I looked up some definitions. So it says it's the part of the subconscious mind that experienced and still remembers your childhood moments and emotions, good and bad. I got that from Psych Central. Another definition says it's the part of your subconscious mind that holds onto your childhood experiences, emotions, and beliefs. It represents childlike aspects of your personality, such as creativity, vulnerability, and curiosity. I got this from Manhattan Mental Health Counseling. For me, when I started doing this work of kind of meeting my inner child, it was very weird to me, just kind of a weird concept. But it made sense because when you actually think about life, a lot of us were just little people living in adult bodies. And I don't mean like literally, but in a sense we are, because a lot of the foundation of who we are comes from those first 9 to 10 years of our lives. And it's so interesting when you study psychology how that works. And you could see how if you start to really think about who you were then and the things that started to happen to you or around you during that time, it really shaped who you are now. I could say that there are so many scenarios like I could think of where, oh, I see why I think this way about men because of the relationship I had with my father. Or I could see why I believe that I don't like flowers because of this situation with this. And so you start to compare, or not compare, you start to realize and see things with different eyes when you start to really focus on playing and being like and supporting your inner child. So I wanted to share some just different ideas of things that you as a kid might have loved to do, just because I'm thinking about what kids love to do. So, for instance, climbing trees. A lot of kids like to climb trees and climb on things. So, for you, maybe it's just instead of climbing on a tree, maybe that's hiking. That could also look like hugging trees. I know some people think that's crazy, but literally hugging trees provides calm and all these positive endorphins. Like when you hug trees, I know it's crazy, but if you've heard of grounding, similar concept or same concept really. Doing puzzles like jigsaw puzzles. I started doing jigsaw puzzles earlier this year. I love them. I used to love doing it as a kid. You could do word searches. You could start to like speak your mind, speak the truth of what comes to you. Because like kids, they have no filter. Like you'll see on Instagram or you've seen with your own family or your own children. Kids don't have filters. They just say what's on their mind and that's it. You say what's on your mind. Don't keep that stuff bottled in. You can build sandcastles at the beach. You can go running, go roller skating or rollerblading, ice skating, get messy, just go outside and get dirty. Or if you don't want to physically get dirty and muddy, maybe it looks like going, what are those called? Those Spartan races where they go through the mud and different things. Maybe do one of those races. So it's like a fitness type thing too. Or maybe even go to the spa and get a mud bath. Finger painting could also be just regular painting. Another idea is chalk and write with chalk. And if you feel embarrassed about doing that, like maybe your neighbors will see you, you can do it in your backyard. Or you could do it something like I do, where I actually have chalk markers and I use those chalk markers on my mirror in my room to write affirmations, to write my goals, to write just like a smiley face or a quick note. You can even write a romantic note to your partner or to yourself. Playing video games, making tie-dye shirts, coloring, painting, drawing, blowing bubbles is a good one. Get an easy bake oven and make brownies or cookies. I know that's hilarious, but like that's something you could do. I don't know what a good example would be for Barbies. I know because like me and my cousin Tina, we used to always play Barbies, and I loved playing Barbies with her specifically because we understood that we were playing it like a soap opera, like a novella, like it was drama. It's always something going on, something interesting. And we always continued it into the next day. I loved it. Like I didn't even want to stop playing Barbies. Like I loved it. And so maybe that would kind of be like if you're a writer or playwright or you write books as an author, because or maybe you're a designer, like fashion designer or something like that, or into clothing. Some activities that you can do on your own are you could write a letter to yourself, little you. And this could either be like some advice that maybe you didn't hear growing up, or that you wish you would have known. It also could be like a love letter or an encouraging letter from a perspective of you being a wise adult, sending like love, sending encouragement, sending what you wish you would have heard from an adult figure in your life when you were a kid to your little self, telling her, like, I'm proud of you. I believe in you. I love you. Even though this has happened or this, you're going through this right now, I'm still here to support you. I'm still here to love you, and it's going to be okay. Just sending yourself compassion and love, because So many kids go unheard because they're kids and they have to be kids and they have to respect and they have to do what you say and blah blah, but they don't get to always express their feelings, their true feelings. And so you sitting back and giving your inner child permission to feel their feelings and to be loved by you and to be supported and held by you metaphorically is very helpful. Another thing you can do is you can do visualizations. Sometimes this is not, some people can't do this by themselves. Some people need a therapist or somebody to kind of be there with them so that they don't go into dark places. You could do something like imagining you are meeting your inner child, so little you in a safe place. It could be like, say, you want to meet her or him in a park. For me, I used kind of a container. I have a container that I visualize that my therapist helped me to, I guess, create, dream up, dream up. And in this container, I meet in a part of this container and it's a room and I meet my inner child there. It's a safe place for me. Nothing's going to come in there. And so it gives me privacy to speak to little me. And so, like I said, again, some people have to have this conversation and have like a therapist or a counselor. Another one could be you could sit down with a therapist for cognitive behavioral therapy. So that's CBT. There's also EMDR. That's where they use, like, they'll use their fingers. The person who is trained in EMDR, they'll use their finger in various ways to help you think of a situation differently from childhood. EMDR is something you have to do with a professional, because it will bring up emotions. It is triggering. I don't like to use the word triggering all the time, but it could trigger you. And so if you're not in a safe environment and you don't have a container or something to be able to put all those emotions in metaphorically in your brain, then you might go into a deep dark place. Then there's also EFT, which is tapping. It's the emotional freedom technique. And so what it looks like, I'm not going to do the whole process because I will include videos, but you're basically, you say that even though I have worry, even though I have anxiety, even though I feel sad or depressed, I love and approve of myself. I love and accept myself. So you say, even though blank, I love and approve of myself. And so this technique helps you to feel into your body and then to be able to kind of release. Basically, you tap different acupressure points. This is the karate chop. This is the first one. And I have my glasses on, but you would do right at the edge of your eyebrow and you would tap here. That's the second one. Then you come around your bone and you come down to right on the side of your eye at the end of your eyebrow and you tap here about 5 to 7 times. And then you come here underneath your eye, following the same bone. Then you go here, here, and then here. Some people tap like this on their collarbone, but I tap like, hopefully it's not making the mic crazy, but I tap like this. I would tap differently, but I'm doing it like this so I don't mess with my mic. And then you go underneath your underarm, and I can't reach all the way because I don't want to mess with my mic, but right underneath your underarm, like about a hand width, you'll tap there, and then you want to tap the top of your head. That's the last one. And so you do it all in order, and basically you would say, even though I feel worried, even though I feel anxious, whatever that thing is that you're focusing on, I love and approve of myself. You say it multiple times, usually 3 to 5 times before you start. Then you start this sequence and you say all this worry, all this anxiety, all this worry, and you keep on going forward. And so it actually is it's very helpful. I'd use it for trichotillomania, which is a hair pulling disorder. I use it for anxiety. I use it for various things, and it helps a lot. So those are different tools that you could use to be able to dream more, to be able to have more play, to be able to create more. And I know without any doubt that the more you start dreaming and playing and being your childlike self, the more happier you are going to be. And when you are more happier, you attract more opportunities, you attract more money, you attract more good health, all of the various things. And so I really hope that I hope that you use these tools like this. I'm just giving you so many different things, but I hope you really use those things. Before I go, there's something a comment I made when I was just kind of flowing in my little audio journal for this video when I came up with the idea for this video. And I said, the closer we get to our inner child, to our younger self, our playful self, our true self, our creative self, the further we get away from diseases, we get away from worry, stress, the further we get away from scarcity and lack and anxiety. It's so true because we're just so mad now. We're so worried, we're so tired, we're so stressed, we're so depressed now as a society. And I just really want people to shine their light, to remember who they are. Who they are at the core is who they were when they were kids. And knowing that what happened to you and around you does not define you, knowing that who you are is always there. She's always there. He's always there inside of you. And you just have to find them and believe in them and start creating and just playing. And I do want to say that that quote is not my actual quote. It's a remix of a quote that Dr. Joe, and I'll put his IG here or in the description. Dr. Joe said, he said, the further you get away from nature, the closer you are to disease. And so that quote, I always just carry that quote with me. And so guess I was thinking about that quote when I said what I said in my little audio journal. But yeah, the closer you can get to your inner child, get to your true self, the further you're going to get away from all that stuff. Because we're just living in a world that just doesn't really want you to be the best version of you. But I want you to be the best version of yourself. I want you to go about creating and playing and living life on your terms, not on the terms of what you were told to believe, what you were told to be. I want you to be you, 1,000% authentically you. Go be brave, go be bold, go have fun, go play, go create, go dream again, go think big. Just whatever you think is big, think bigger. I'm telling you, amazing things are going to happen in that process. If you're blessed by this video, please like, share, subscribe. You could also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is fromlana.withlove. Thank you guys again, and I will catch you guys next week. With all of my love, Lana.